Mark, 30 seconds until airtime. Once again, stations, if you encounter technical issues during the broadcast, please call the Oregon Studio Hotline at 336-831-0864. Stations, your final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
Duck's gonna pick it up, and here we go. Got him deep. He's open. He's got it. And he's gone.
How about that?
Oregon repeats as the Pac-12 champion.
Duarte pulls up, 3-ball. Bang!
LJ Figueroa!
Oregon goes back-to-back for the fourth time in the last 6 years. The Ducks are Pac-12 champions.
Foley three. Goal! Foley ball. Three is good. Diarra-Savali. Wing. Pow-pow. Yeah, boom, boom.
Welcome to Duck Insider.
What a weekend.
We're just getting started.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Better banking, local solutions. Live from the Country Financial Studio, here's Joey Mack.
This is going to be one of my favorite shows that we do all year long. New University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. We're going to announce it for you here live on Duck Insider. If you're live with us in the 1 o'clock hour, this is going to be a lot of fun and a true honor for me to be able to sit here and announce these tremendous individuals that are going to be inducted into the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame. I'm Joey Mack. Thanks for being with us. I wrote this to sort of describe what we were going to do on the show today, that this feels like legendary status for all of these individuals. And I've had the honor and the privilege of emceeing the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame ceremony the last few years at least. I don't know that I could even put a specific number on it. Myself and Jerry Allen have done it, and it's been really a true honor, and it's amazing to be able to talk about these individuals that have made Oregon athletics so successful, particularly recently. I think we are truly into the golden age of Oregon athletics now. So we're going to announce the Hall of Fame class to you here to start the show today. Later on the show, we will go through the Oregon baseball win last night, a top 25 win for the Ducks over a good Gonzaga team that might be a regional host. Congrats to Oregon baseball for the win last night. Good news about a couple pro Ducks in Sabrini Ionescu, Panay Sewell. Also, Graeme Abel will be with us, Oregon soccer head coach, discussing his latest recruiting class, and maybe, who knows, there might be a future Oregon Athletics Hall of Famer in that recruiting class. You never know. That's on the docket for today. So those of you who are not familiar with the process of the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class, I want to begin with this. To be eligible for induction into the Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame, it originated in 1992. Former athletes, coaches, administrators, and teams associated with the school's intercollegiate athletic success must have departed the university a minimum of 10 years earlier. So that means if it's the 2021 class, if they left the university 10 years ago, then you're eligible, right? That's the way that it works. The 2021 honorees will officially join the exclusive club of 217 athletes and 29 teams previously selected at the Hall of Fame banquet, the date of which will be determined later this year. Normally it's a Friday before a home football game, and it's truly one of the most special days, at least on my calendar, every year. Some of the most well-known student athletes are joining the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame. In recent history, it's the 2021 class. Among the 6 inductees are 3 national champions from track and field and 3 individuals who helped raise the profile of women's athletics at the University of Oregon. The university's 30th Hall of Fame class features NCAA track and field medalists Matthew Centrowitz, Melissa Gergel, and Scott Mcgee. Congratulations to those 3. Also from Oregon women's basketball, Ariane Boyer and Coach Jody Runge inducted into the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. And finally, one of the most successful volleyball players, not just in Oregon history, but I'll say in American history as a professional as well, Sonia Newcomb joining the class. Matthew Centrowitz, Melissa Gergel, Scott Mcgee, Ariane Boyer, Jody Runge, and Sonia Newcomb have been inducted into the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. Congratulations. I say that with the most heartfelt congratulations that I can offer, because it is truly an honor to have this induction bestowed upon you, and I can only imagine what the conversation was like when this year's inductees found out. Rob Mullins, Oregon Athletic Director, said, quote, "The 2021 Hall of Fame class really embodies the highest level of excellence in college athletics. These individuals won national acclaim and are also student athletes and coaches who broke barriers while elevating their programs and Oregon athletics." And again, the 2021 honorees will officially join the Athletics Hall of Fame at a Hall of Fame banquet announced at a later date. Some of the details for you as we will go through the list. Ariane Boyer from women's basketball, 1993 to 1997. I want to start with a quote from Terry Johns. He's been the voice of Oregon women's basketball for nearly 2 decades. And I asked Terry about Ariane Boyer, like, hey, tell me something about her. And he just said, she was tough. Didn't take nothing from nobody. You got to love that description. She was just the 5th Duck in program history to score 1,500 career points and was just the 3rd All-American at Oregon. The forward from Vancouver, Washington, helped Oregon advance to 4 straight NCAA tournaments from 94 to 97. She was a Pac-10 all-freshman selection her first season in Eugene. As a sophomore, she went from 7.6 points per game her freshman year to 14 points and 8.2 rebounds per game. She earned her first All-Pac-10 first-team honor as a junior when she averaged 16.5 points and 8 rebounds per game. And as a senior, Boyer was an Associated Press honorable mention All-American and earned her second straight All Pac-10 First Team Award, averaging 15 points and 9 rebounds per game. That season, she helped the Ducks to a second-place finish in the Pac-10 as the Ducks were 22-7 overall and 14-4 in league play. Boyer finished her career ranking 5th in both points and rebounds at Oregon, and her totals currently rank 10th in scoring and 9th in rebounds. Boyer also still stands among the school's career top 10 in free throws made with 400 and double-doubles with 28. For her career, she averaged just over 13 points per game and 7.5 rebounds per game and shot 52% from the floor. That's our first 2021 Hall of Fame honoree, Ariane Boyer. Next up, from men's track and field and cross country from 2007 to 11, one of the most successful runners we've ever seen in the prestigious history of University of Oregon track and field, Matthew Centrowitz. Winning the 2011 NCAA championships in the 1,500 meters was just the beginning for Matthew Centrowitz. He went on to win Olympic gold in the event at the 2016 Rio Games and was a five-time U.S. 1,500-meter champion. In his first full season of running for the Ducks, Centrowitz helped Oregon win a pair of national titles. He was the Ducks' number 4 runner and finished 45th overall as Oregon won its second straight NCAA cross-country championship in 2008. Centrowitz helped the Ducks win their first ever NCAA indoor track and field national championships with a 6th-place finish in the mile in the 2009 meet. Now, later that spring, he won the first of 3 consecutive 1,500-meter titles. The 2010 outdoor season was the best year for Matthew Centrowitz. Not only did he defend his conference 1,500 crown, but he joined teammates Andrew Wheating and A.J. Acosta in Oregon's 1-2-3 sweep of the 1,500 at the NCAA championships. And to be honest, I think one of the better moments in the history of Oregon track and field, and there's been some amazing ones. His final season, Centrowitz, as a Duck, established his place among track and field's true luminaries. He dominated the 1,500 not only at the college level, but among all U.S. runners in 2011. That season produced his 3rd league crown at 1,500 meters before Centrowitz won his first individual NCAA title. Man, just thinking about that 1-2-3 finish, it still gives me goosebumps with what those guys were able to do. Later on that summer, Centrowitz set the school's 1,500-meter record in a Diamond League meet in Monaco, and he finished the 2011 season with an amazing bronze medal finish at the IAAF World Championships in South Korea, in the process becoming the youngest American ever to medal in the 1,500 meters. Centrowitz turned pro later that fall. He finished his career as a 7-time All-American and still ranks 2nd in school history at 1,500 meters. That is awesome. Now on to the women's track and field side after we honor Matthew Centrowitz. Melissa Gergel. 2008 to 2011, she persevered through rain, wind, and thunder and lightning that caused lengthy weather delays late into an Iowa summer night to become just the 2nd women's pole vault national champion in school history. Competing in her final meet as a senior in the 2011 meet, Gergel had first attempted clearances at 13 feet, 1.5 inches, and she finally got a clutch third attempt to clear over 14 feet to stay alive in the competition. She then made her first attempt bar at even higher above 14 feet and a second attempt before winning the national title and NCAA championship meet record of near 15 feet clearance. That mark still ranks second in Oregon history. The 7-time All-American is the school pole vault record holder indoors with a clearance of 14.7.25. That came in a runner-up finish at the 2010 NCAA Indoor Championships. She also became just the second Pac-10 women's pole vault champion in school history after winning as a sophomore in 2009, one of her 3 career top 3 finishes at the conference meet. Gergel went on to compete in both the 2012 and 2016 U.S. Olympic trials. She was also 4th in the pole vault at the USA 2011 Championships, matching her personal best at that 14.725 mark. Melissa Gergel, one of our inductees into the Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. Scott Mcgee is our next inductee. Men's track and field from 1988 to 1991. One of only 2 NCAA champions in the hammer throw for Oregon. Scott Mcgee was a 3-time All-American in the event and still ranks 3rd all-time on the University of Oregon career list. Mcgee first broke onto the national hammer scene with a runner-up performance as a sophomore in '89 in the Pac-10 championships. Followed that with a 6th-place throw at the NCAA championship to earn his first All-America honor. Scott Mcgee won his national title in the hammer at the 1990 NCAA meet with a throw of 217.8. He also won the Pac-10 title that season, and as a senior, he defended his conference crown before finishing as the national runner-up in 1991. So basically, you just win the conference and you finish in the top 2 every year. Pretty good. Scott Mcgee inducted into the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame. And since his graduation in 1991, only 1 Duck has thrown the hammer farther than Mcgee. His efforts helped Oregon to 3 consecutive top 5 finishes at the NCAA championships and the 1990 Pac-10 team title. Scott Mcgee, congratulations and welcome to the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame. Next up, Sonia Newcomb. Played volleyball at Oregon from 2006 to 2010. Not only excelled in every facet of the sport, but made those who played around her better. I think everyone will remember Sonia Newcomb as just an amazing teammate. Oregon's career leader in points with 1,852 can still be found on many of the school's match, season, and career record lists. The 2009 second-team All-American helped lead Oregon to 4 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances during her career. In 2007, the Ducks were 22-11 and advanced to the NCAA Sweet 16 for the first time since 1984, and she was a big reason why. Oregon made it to back-to-back Sweet 16 appearances in 2008. That team went 25-9 overall. And at the time, that Pac-10 finish of 4th matched the Ducks' best conference showing in program history. One of the most memorable efforts from Newcomb, a 2-time All-Pac-10 first-team selection, was a 36-kill game in a 5-set come-from-behind win at Washington. Not only are her 36 kills the school's single-match record in rally scoring, which has been used since 2001, but that total ranks 5th overall, which includes the old scoring system where matches were much longer, and it tells you how incredible Sonia Newcomb was in that performance. A professional volleyball player for 10 years, Newcomb has represented the United States as a member of the U.S. women's national team that won gold at the 2017 Pan American Games and silver at the 2014 Pan American Games. In other words, Sonia Newcomb, a Team USA representative and one of the best volleyball players, one of the best athletes in the history of Oregon athletics. Sonia Newcomb inducted into the Hall of Fame. Finally, women's basketball coach Jody Runge. From 1994 to 2001, Oregon made 8 straight NCAA tournament appearances under Jody Runge and won back-to-back Pac-10 championships in 1998 and the 99 to 2000 season. So 98 to 99 and the 99 to 2000 season. Runge finished her tenure as one of the most successful coaches in school history. She won 160 games with 73 losses in 8 seasons. Her 160 wins are the 3rd most in program history. An impressive 144 conference record for Coach Runge. She was named the Pac-10 Coach of the Year in her first season during the 93-94 campaign when she took a team that went 9-18 the year before and led the Ducks to the second round of the NCAA tournament with a 20-9 record. She's also named the 99 Pac-10 Coach of the Year after guiding Oregon to a 25-6 record, which included a 15-3 conference mark and a share of the first Pac-10 title in school history. A year later, the Ducks were 23-8 and won their first outright Pac-10 crown. In her 8 seasons, Jody Runge, man, Oregon never finished lower than 4th in the Pac-10. Wow. Under Runge's tutelage, 4 Ducks earned All-America honorable mention honors, and one of them was also just inducted into the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame in Arian Boyer. She also garnered All Pac-10 first team recognition for players 11 different times. Runge also coached the first 2 WNBA draft choices in Oregon program history, and Runge's teams were successful in the classroom as well, and you got to love that as a coach. One of the things that I will never forget with Coach Runge, she also helped home attendance grow exponentially. The Ducks averaged nearly 6,000 fans a game in the 99 to 2000 season and set a record at the time when 9,738 watched Oregon defeat number 21 Oregon State 69-60 at MacArthur Court on March 8th, 1996. Of course, I think women's basketball fans would all agree with me. Jody Runge is a huge reason why the program is where it is now and why, frankly, women's basketball is getting the attendance it's getting. I think Coach Runge is a big reason for that, and Coach Runge now inducted into the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame. What a tremendous class. I don't know how the committee does it. I really don't. I think now I know everybody on the selection committee. I've at least talked with them a little bit for the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame committee, and that is a tough, tough job to pick between all the greats at Oregon, and this class is certainly very, very deserving. Congratulations again to Matthew Centrowitz, Melissa Gergel, Scott Mcgee, Arian Boyer, Jody Runge, and Sonia Newcomb, your 2021 University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. Congratulations, and I'm with you, Scott. Round of applause, absolutely. And thanks for everybody for joining us for the announcement today. More details, you can read a little bit more about each inductee on GoDucks.com, as our man Greg Walker has just posted it. Congratulations again to the great class, and it was a true honor to be able to announce it here on Duck Insider. When we come back, let's talk a little bit of Pro Ducks. I think a couple individuals that are probably going to end up in the University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame at some point. We're going to talk about them and take some of your Facebook and YouTube comments and questions next on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon Athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
On March 5th, 2021, we lost a larger-than-life member of the Oregon Ducks family. Chris Bjork passed away surrounded by his wife Allison and their 3 sons, Anders, Henry, and Jordy. After spending more than 26 years working with the University of Oregon, we are proud to establish the Chris Bjork Scholarship Fund in his honor. Go to GoDucks.com/Bjork Scholarship. That's GoDucks.com/Bjork Scholarship to make a contribution and help us remember a great Duck.
Don't go anywhere. Duck Insider continues after these messages on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Learfield IMG College.
Whoa, long time no see. It's me, the Rock t-shirt in the back of your closet. Dude, remember? You crowd surfed in me, man. But you haven't worn me in like forever. I get it, you're retired, but I still got some rock left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom. I had no idea how hard it would be and what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and ways for me to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics, but also information about the hurdles I was facing.
Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack with you inside the Country Financial Studio. Congratulations to the 2021 University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame inductees. Awesome stuff, and I appreciate everybody who's joined us. How about some Pro Ducks, though? You know, I think Sabrina Ionescu, she's probably a first ballot, a lot of things. But Sabrina Ionescu, the youngest WNBA player ever to record a triple-double with 26 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds for the New York Liberty. First one in the history of the Liberty as well, by the way. Great to see her playing again. And are you surprised? Sabrina Ionescu, the youngest player in the history of the WNBA to ever record a triple-double with 26 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. Also of note, Penei Sewell, congratulations to the big man. Signed his 4-year, $24 million contract with the Lions. Here's to protecting the blind side for a long time, Penei Sewell. That's awesome. Congratulations to those two pro Ducks for what they've been able to do, because I'll tell you what, seeing the success of all these athletes at the next level, I think we can all agree it goes a really long way to help in recruiting. It helps bolster the University of Oregon because there's just so many more eyeballs. Every time Penei Sewell gets up there on Sunday Night Football and goes, Penei Sewell, University of Oregon, it's like, yeah, heck yeah, and same thing with Sabrina Ionescu. It only is great, and that's just a small testament to the amount of athletes that are being turned out here from so many great programs. How about Oregon baseball last night? Man, wow. What a midweek game. So the Ducks, look, you don't get top 25 midweek games very often. So in the 6 major polls coming into last night, Oregon had an average ranking, of number 9. Gonzaga had an average ranking of number 20 in those 6 polls. Number 17 in the RPI, Gonzaga. Number 15 in the RPI, the Ducks. Both Oregon and Gonzaga selected as potential host sites according to the NCAA's announcement last week. There's 20 potential host sites. There's going to be 16 hosts. Got to keep winning. The Ducks' next opponent in Stanford also selected as one of the potential host sites. And before we recap yesterday, the NCAA did announce today that they will, instead of allowing only 50% capacity at their championships for the spring and for the Diamond Sports, they're actually now going to allow 100% capacity if local health officials say it's okay. It's all going to depend on local health guidelines, but that means that we might be seeing fuller stadiums around the NCAA championships for both softball and for baseball coming up. So softball on the road, a 4:30 start on Friday. More on that with the voice of Oregon softball, Jordan Brenner, here on the show tomorrow. And then for Oregon baseball, 2 regular season series left. They knocked off Gonzaga. If they knock off Stanford, then you got to think Oregon's going to be a shoo-in to be one of the 16 regional hosts, right? But the Ducks got to take care of business. There's no doubt about that. Well, a stepping stone to taking care of business. Baseball last night got down early, and I was going, man, midweek game, I'm getting a little antsy here. But the Ducks stormed back, and they won 10-3 over what I think was a really good Gonzaga team. 6 pitchers for the Ducks used. Logan Mercado made his first career start, and Mark Wasikowski, as you'll hear in a moment, said that he wasn't actually at his best. But the Ducks did what they needed to do to get the win. And we're on record book watch in a number of different ways. This was the 5th straight time that the Ducks had double-digit hits. The offense is starting to click, I think. Kenyon Yovan, a big reason why. Heard from him talking, previewing the Stanford series today. We'll have that for you on the show later this week as we do our big preview of Stanford. But looking back at this one, Kenyon Yovan homered for the 12th time this season. He's one of the top guys in the Pac-12, and remember that's a guy who was just an All-American as a pitcher. Now he's putting up all Pac-12 and All-American kind of numbers at the plate. Just his journey, it's been incredible. And Gabe Matthews, we've been on record book watch for Gabe Matthews for an awful long time now. He's already the career leader at Oregon in hits, doubles, multi-hit games. Last night, he picked up another one. Next pitch to Matthews. He hits this one into right center field. Gabe Matthews. 1 run scores. Another run will score. And with the 2 RBI double, Gabe Matthews is the new career leader in runs batted in at Oregon. That's awesome. And I'm so happy for Gabe Matthews, a guy who's been through the wars at Oregon and has just been the epitome of consistency for the Ducks. Matthews should add the career at-bats record in Oregon's game with Stanford on Friday as well. He's just a few behind J.J. Altobelli's record of 802. And I'll tell you what, if you're going to pass J.J. Altobelli in any category in the Oregon baseball record book, you must be doing something right. That's a guy who is, let's just say, a very, very good baseball player. And is doing some great things in the world of baseball since then. So Gabe Matthews, now the career leader in hits, doubles, multi-hit games, and RBIs. Man. So he's got 800 career at-bats, 3 on Friday, and he's going to pass J.J. Altobelli. He also moved into second on the career runs scored list with 2 against Gonzaga, moving ahead of Altobelli and within 7 of tying Aaron Payne for first all-time. For Gabe Matthews, that's a guy who has not been a top-of-the-order run-scoring guy, right? He's consistently been in the 3, 4, 5, 6 spots in Oregon's order in his career, and he's scoring that many runs. It just tells you how successful he's been over the long haul. Matthews' 29th career multi-RBI game tied him for 4th with Kyle Garlick on that all-time list as well. And Tanner Smith, well, not bad. Hit his 20th double of the season. You know what's also amazing, though, is that Gabe Matthews is right behind him with 19 right now. 20 is a single-season record, tying Ryan Healy, pretty good company, and Mitchell Tolman, who hit 20 in different years. Well, now Tanner Smith, with a few weeks left in the season, he's already got 20 doubles and a chance to break the Oregon single-season record for doubles. And Gabe Matthews might break it this year, too. That's how good Oregon has been offensively, so congratulations to those two guys. A couple other notes as Oregon won big 10-3. Josh Kasevich had a 3-for-4 day, was really good. And a big win for the Ducks' resume. Taking a look at some of the nitty-gritty report, if you will. But also of note, and I do want to have a shout-out here, Evan Williams made his debut and made just an awesome catch in left field. Evan Williams has been through the wars a little bit, battled some injury, and it was just awesome to see him out there. You'll hear Coach Wazakowski talking about him in just a minute. But with the win, Oregon moved up to number 13 in the RPI. And actually, this tells you just how good Gonzaga's resume is. Zags didn't move. After losing on the road to Oregon, Gonzaga stayed at number 17 in the RPI. Those are two teams that might be hosting regionals, both of them selected as one of the potential sites. Well, it's a big series this weekend against Stanford, because Stanford's ranked number 18 in the RPI right now. If the Ducks can get a series win over Stanford, and by the way, Oregon still controls its own destiny in the Pac-12. If the Ducks win out, they win their next 6 Pac-12 games, the Ducks are Pac-12 champs regardless of what Arizona does in its series against the Beavers. I will say, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, Duck fans, you're rooting for the Beavs this weekend. Oregon State plays Arizona this weekend. I can't say go Beavs on the air. I can't say it and mean it, but let's just say that if Oregon State was to win the series against Arizona, it would give the Ducks a little bit of breathing room on their hunt for a Pac-12 championship, because the Ducks and the Wildcats are right there. Oregon has 1 less loss, but Arizona has 2 more wins. So you can do the math. Wildcats will finish the regular season against Dixie State, actually. Their bye week in Pac-12 play is at the end of the year. So let's go Ducks. And good luck to that team in Corvallis. I can't do it. I can't say it. I just cannot bring myself to say it. We're going to hear from Mark Wazakowski, and we're going to hear from Gabe Matthews in just a moment. I also think this is cool. Steven says, you forgot to mention it took Sabrina 6 games to get her triple-double. This is a good note. The earliest in a career that it had ever been done. Cheryl Swoops, who had the league's first triple-double, accomplished the feat in her 59th career game. Wow. That's amazing. Good note from Steven. Sabrina's really good at basketball. Good note, Steven. I appreciate it, though. All right, we're going to get a quick timeout. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more baseball with Mark Wazakowski on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Summer's finally here, and with a great deal on a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, and more, you can celebrate all of your favorite summer holidays, like Cinco de Mayo, Independence Day, International Pizza Party Day. Pepperoni, please. And by pepperoni, I mean Hawaiian.
Kick off summer at your Toyota dealer, where you can save big on all your favorites. This event ends June 1st. See your participating Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics, because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Duck Insider continues after this timeout on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we going to do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing, too?
I don't see why.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not that far, sweetie.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already?
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
They say that car crashes happen in slow motion. The reality is that crashes happen fast. There's no time to think and no time to check if your child is in the right car seat. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your kids in the right seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Get more info at safercar.gov/the-right-seat. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio. Oregon baseball, the top 25 win last night. Now getting ready for a top 25 series against Stanford. And Mark Wasikowski was pretty happy. Now, I will say, though, Coach Waz started out talking about something that really did change this game. Josh Kasevich hit a line drive back up the middle that went hard off of the pitcher's leg. Zagel, I mean, he was down. It was one of those moments where I was calling the highlight, like, Ducks tie the game, and then it's like, oh, man, that hurt. That pitcher, and he had to unfortunately leave the game, and the Ducks turned the momentum, tied the game at 3, and then Oregon went on to win 10-3. Mark Wasikowski knew, though, that did change the game, and of course Coach Waz with the right thing to say.
Yeah, Gonzaga's a good baseball team. I hope that their pitcher's okay. Nico Zaglin, who took that line drive from Kasevich off of his knee, so our thoughts and prayers are with him, hoping that it's just a bruise or whatever, but that ball was struck very hard, and it squared him up pretty good. We hope that he's okay.
Starting with your pitcher, Waz, how did you think Logan performed tonight for you, and what are your thoughts on him now moving forward for your pitching staff?
I thought Logan was just okay tonight. I think he's pitched a lot better in the scrimmages that we've had. He made some really costly mistakes, and he had count leverage, and that's what young pitchers need to learn how to do is when you're supposed to throw a strike, you throw strikes. And when you're supposed to throw balls, you throw balls and get them out of the zone. And he didn't do that. And that's what happens when you face a good hitting team is they make you pay for it. And that's what they did.
Was before Kasevich had the line single there, you guys clearly adjusted pretty nicely the second time through against him. Was there something particular that you guys picked up the first time through that clearly started to click pretty nicely for you in the fourth?
Well, I think Coach Martyr did a really nice job of getting our guys prepared for what the repertoire was tonight. And then also, I thought that second time through, he had just lost feel for his off-speed stuff. His changeup, which it's a plus changeup, he was missing. He was out of the zone. And then he left a couple of changeups up, and we got some swings off on some changeups elevated in the zone. And that's what ended up plating the run. So, I credit Coach Martyr. I think he prepared these guys very well tonight to execute our offensive plan.
Being on a winning streak like this right now, great time of the year to for that to happen. What would you credit most to the success that's going on right now in the team?
Pete Rose. Dylan, I hope you understand the Pete Rose comment. He came and he visited us. No knock. Pete thinks that's the reason for the winning streak, and gosh darn it, the guy who gets the most hits in the history of baseball, he's right.
Just your thoughts on Evan Williams tonight. Waz makes a great play in left field. Got a chance to get in there tonight.
Evan's a tremendous kid, hard worker, and he had a lot of injuries through the early part of the season. And it's just been frustrating for Evan because of the injury situation. We love him. He's a graduate from the University of Oregon. He's a tremendous kid. And we really wanted to But we want to honor our players. And he made a heck of a catch there in the 9th inning to lead off the 9th off of Mac Top. Britton was facing him, and he hit that sinking line drive that fades away from that left field. He made a heck of a play on that ball. I was so happy for Evan.
We talked yesterday about just how big this homestand, but including this game was when you get a win and a lopsided win at that over a good club, and elsewhere, Ole Miss suffers a clunker and takes one on the chin from UT Martin tonight. What does it say to just be in the position to pick up a nice win and be in position that you are heading into the weekend and pick up a really big win and improve RPI when this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard to win in college baseball, and anybody can beat anybody, and it's proven every single day when we look at scores. And I'm not familiar with what happened on scoreboard today or whatever, but it doesn't surprise me when teams lose that are supposed to win or what have you. And it's hard to win. And so I thought the ball club today came out. They played a very clean game again, and I was just excited the way these guys are enjoying to be with each other, just the camaraderie, the work ethic. They really are a fun group to be with on a daily basis. And, as we were out in a huddle post game, instead of the coaches talking about it, the players are talking about how they're looking forward to tomorrow's practice. And when that's the group I get to coach, it's a blessing. And I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
Good win for the Ducks over Gonzaga last night. Now getting ready for Stanford. We're going to hear from the record setter, Gabe Matthews, in a little bit. First, a timeout. When we return, talking a little soccer. We're going to have some fun with Graeme Abel because they announced a new recruiting class coming in, and, well, they're pretty darn happy about it. We're going to talk with Coach Abel right after this, and also might ask him about a certain goalie scoring a goal on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Hi, welcome to the Spicy Drive-In. May I take your order?
Can I get the spicy chicken sandwich, please?
The spicy chicken is an excellent choice, sir. And to drink?
Whatever's fine.
Oh, may I make a beverage pairing recommendation this evening?
Sure.
If we are feeling especially bold tonight, sir, I would recommend the Mountain Dew with that. It's bravely unrestrained with a very alive aroma that pairs wonderfully with your spicy chicken. It's followed by a hint of zesty citrus flavor.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I'm sure you already know this, sir, but remember to appreciate the nose first by giving the Mountain Dew a little swirl to really volatilize it.
What?
To change the flavor compounds and activate your taste buds to get them fully primed for that chicken sandwich.
It's delicious.
Now you're getting the hang of it. The muscular flavor charge characteristics of Mountain Dew make for an absolutely epic mouthfeel when paired with spicy cuisine. It is quite on point, sir.
Dude, it's a perfect match. Like they were made for each other.
So true, so true.
When you want to make good food bolder and bold food better, do the Dew.
Duck Insider, your home for the latest news on Oregon athletics. This is the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Okay, man, this is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. Cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments, because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Show the world that you're tougher than tough.
Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Is that a faucet running?
That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Let's start first with something. All right, let's start first with something that's actually in the greater soccer world. Coach, when was the last time that you saw a goalie score a game-winning goal?
That is a good start to the show. A really good start to my segment. Last time I saw it happen, in person, early 90s. I think Peter Schmeichel scored for Manchester United. That was the last one I saw live. I know there's been a couple that have happened since, but yeah, Alisson Becker. That's my team, Liverpool.
I know.
Yeah, I must admit, I was sitting there watching the game. I wasn't in a good headspace, and then pops a goalkeeper in the 94th minute. So I was about to text Leah Freeman and tell her not to have any ideas.
Graeme Abel, Oregon soccer head coach, is joining us. Yeah, Coach, I'll be honest, I was watching it live because I was traveling this past weekend with Oregon baseball in Utah, and it was on in the morning, and it was awesome. I mean, it was just one of those things that you never get a chance to see. So I always like to ask, the bigger soccer questions because you are the resident soccer guru, as we all know. So
it's to do with Liverpool. I'll talk to you all day.
Okay, good. Graeme Abel, Oregon soccer head coach. The real reason that we're having him on the show is that we've got a lot of things to talk about, including a new recruiting class, Coach. First of all, just tell us about the class, some general thoughts on the new Ducks that we're going to see here coming up in the fall.
No, we're really excited. I mean, we looked at the breakdown of our roster in terms of what we needed, just to add depth in certain areas. And, we felt as though we've hit a little bit of everything with regards to what we needed from an athletic standpoint. And they're all great kids. We managed to spend a good chunk of time with them, obviously, when we came on board in January. And so really happy. Can't wait for them to get here. And so it'll give us a good sized roster now that allows us to go through an entire collegiate season and with good depth and really good quality. So really excited about them.
So what's the schedule for you guys now? You guys will be the first sport that gets going again in the fall as we start to feel like things are getting a little bit more normal. What's the schedule for your squad? Giving them a little time off, and do the coaches get any time off?
You know what? I made the mistake in the first week of coming right back in the office, and I was sat in the office and I was kind of like, okay. And Rachel, one of our assistants, came up to me and said, yeah, you need to get out of here. So I got out of the office, which was good for a week. So, in fact, I think Lisa Peterson called me and said, hey, you need to take a break. So, no, but we kids are away for about 2.5 weeks. We still have some of them back home and in their home areas. They'll finish up school there. And then we had a bunch that came back, and we kind of offered some little skill development things 3 times a week if anyone wanted to do anything. So we've got about 11 or 12 of them that come out on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we do a little bit of work with them for an hour, just some individual instruction, technical pieces that we'd never, ever get to during the season because we're obviously doing a lot of team-based stuff. So kind of cool, real relaxed atmosphere, but some really good quality.
Talking about bolstering the roster, tell us about each of your individuals if you could. I think that anytime there's anybody added to the roster, it's always worth celebrating because these student athletes only get to go through this really once, right?
Yeah, no, the first one we'll go through is, Matty Goldberg. We, we knew, at the time we had Charlotte and Leah Freeman. Charlotte's, transferred out to UNLV, so that's a great opportunity for her. And so we knew we were adding Matty Goldberg, and Matty's gonna, again from the Bay Area, similar to Leah, youth national team kind of pedigree. So I knew about her when I was with US Soccer with the national team. So really excited to add her, athletic kid, powerful kid. And so having her alongside Leah, the two of them battling it out and working alongside Thomas Osborne, she's only going to get better and better. So that's a really exciting addition. The fact that we have 2 high-quality goalkeepers. It's hard collegiate-wise to get 1 really good goalkeeper in your program, to get 2 very good goalkeepers in your program. Really ecstatic about that piece. So
goalies are always important. So, I mean, is Matty going to be able to score some goals? I mean, I know you're saying Leah don't get any ideas, but
hey, listen, if we're in the 89th minute of a game and we need a goal, we'll stick them up top. I mean, both of them are going to be great with their feet. So in terms of serving the ball from deep, and I think that's the one thing I discovered over my time, in the collegiate game. If your goalkeepers are not good with their feet, then you're in trouble. So both of them are great with their feet. So we're really strong in the goalkeeping department right now. So really, really happy about that.
Tell us a little bit about Alice Barbieri, another San Jose product for you guys, Bay Area kid.
Yeah. Alice gives us height, number one. She's got great size, great physical presence, which, I think a little bit of times this year we were on the smaller side in games, just size-wise. So she gives us some height, gives us some athleticism. She comes from a really good club, MBLA, who's technically very, very good as a club. And she does an exceptional job technically as well. So she's going to give us some size, some power, really good passing ability, can play a variety of positions. I've seen her play as a centre-back, see her play in the 6, see her play as an 8. So she'll give us some depth right down the kind of the backbone of the team. So, again, really excited about her. Originally, family originally from Italy.
Yeah.
So she qualifies probably for the Italian national team as well. So it's a she's a really exciting one. Really happy to have her.
Well, you're going to have to forgive me then for not getting the Italian right with Alice, right?
Yeah, make it Alice.
Yeah, so see, that's like the broadcaster's worst nightmare, by the way, everybody, what I just did. So I apologize. Tell her I'm sorry, will you?
You can blame me for not giving you the pronunciation.
No, my job is to fall on the sword, Coach. Come on.
I'll take it for you, dude. No problem.
Cass Elmore, tell us a little bit about somebody from Liverpool. You're probably pretty excited about this, right?
Yeah, so Cass is a unique one because she, she played at UConn, was injured for a year, and so she's actually going to come to us as a graduate transfer with 2 years of eligibility. So I think Cass may end up holding the record for the oldest graduate from Duck Soccer. So nice. I'm really excited about it. She played for England's U20 team through their youth teams. Actually played for Liverpool growing up with their teams as well. So really good pedigree from a soccer standpoint, from internationally, and then was a great player at UConn. So gives us a little something different of higher up the field, just from a technical ability, left and right footed, can play in the 11, can play in the 7, could probably play in the 10 or the 8 as well. Big personality, which I love. You know how much I love personality players.
Never would have thought that you liked personality.
Yeah. So love the fact that she's got a huge personality about her, and so and again, to add someone who's going to be coming to our program at the age of 22 is great in terms of having that maturity as well.
Graeme Abel joining us, talking a little bit about the latest recruits for Oregon soccer that you'll be able to see on the field at Pape Field coming up in the fall. Let's stay on the international train, shall we? You got an Australian coming in.
An Aussie, yeah. So I have to give before I get there, huge shout out to the staff, with Manny Martins and Rachel Bell, the work that they did to help bring this class in. But obviously, Rach used her contacts back home in Australia, and Lara is an awesome addition. She's actually playing currently in the top women's league in Australia. So we were, she's, as a youth player playing at that level already is phenomenal. And so she's been involved with the youth national teams in Australia as well with the Matildas. So she'll bring, again, more athleticism and more power in the midfield. She's a box-to-box midfielder, can get up and down for us. Our kids do a great job of being able to, cover the ground within games. Yeah, great technical ability, can strike a ball from distance. So again, it gives us more depth in that midfield area. So again, just with her playing women's football, women's soccer already, in terms of that level, she's going to step right in and impact it right away.
All right, now I'm going to have to tell you that I hope I get this one right. Caitlin Pakulba?
Caitlin Pakulba, yeah. So, yeah. So,
one for two today.
Oh, yeah. So now Caitlin, great pace, can play in the 11, can play in the 3, can play in the 2 even, can play up in the 9. So again, gives us versatility where she plays and stuff. Again, another really big character. But really, really good pace, very direct as a runner, and so it really fits our style really well.
Anna Phillips, finally, Coach, tell us a little bit about your new defender.
Yeah, so Anna's one we picked up, again, another England youth national team player. Been in with their U18s, their U17 national team. Currently is with Manchester City, so plays on their U23 team, has been involved with their senior team, their first team, a number of times. I think she was on the bench for a couple of the Premier League games. Back in the UK, so she's going to be awesome. I mean, technically very good with the right foot in terms of how she plays. Confident of bringing the ball out of the back line, good at understanding defensively, and so she's played with some top international players already. So we were ecstatic to get Anna. We got her later in the process. But we're really ecstatic to get her. And again, it gives us more depth in the back line as well.
So there's the new recruiting class. So you can read all their bios, a little bit more detail on GoDucks.com. And Coach, we've talked a little bit about this throughout our conversations here during the spring season, now heading into the fall. Feel like recruiting went about as well as it could? I mean, with everything going on in the world, and do you feel like there are some things that are maybe going to continue that you utilized in this odd world in your recruiting practices?
Yeah, the video piece for sure. You know what I mean? It gives us a chance to really watch players in depth, and it gives us a chance, when we've got to pick between recruit A and recruit B, we put them side by side and look at them. We did that in this class. We were able to put players side by side. It's okay. What areas are, as a student athlete deficient in terms of their technical areas, and, and what, can we make them better and things like that. And the most important piece is we got to spend time with them on the phone. You know what I mean? Got to spend time with them, over Zoom and stuff like that. And really got to get that face-to-face contact with them, which you mainly get once or twice based on getting them on campus and things like that. We're able to do that over and over and really get to know them as people and make sure they were the right fit for what we do. Because, what we do here is not for everyone in terms of the way we go about things with practice and how we play and what we ask of our student athletes. So we had to make sure that was the correct fit for our program, and all 6 of them are a great fit.
Graeme Abel, Oregon soccer head coach. So do we have a first game of the fall yet? Do we know yet?
We do. I'm not sure it's been signed, sealed, and delivered. So, if we can release it or not. But I think we're waiting on one more game, I think, and then we can release the schedule.
Wow.
So we are close back to a regular schedule, which is going to be great.
So in other words, you're saying that the season's almost here already, and you guys just wrapped up.
It's almost here. So we've got to make sure we protect our kids as best possible in terms of making sure we get the summer plan right. So got a meeting today or tomorrow with the sports science guys to figure that out, but they'll lead us in the right direction for sure.
One other thing I want to mention with you, Coach, you talk about you're going to hopefully get a little bit of a break, but Duck soccer camps are returning to Eugene, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, one of the things COVID's kind of prevented me from doing is getting out in the community, to be quite honest with you, so it's going to be great, to get all those young kids in on campus, you know what I mean, and spend some time with them and, teach them the game and have some fun. And, there'll still be restrictions in place, but we'll do everything that we can. And the university and the departments have been great in terms of laying out the guidelines to make sure it's a safe environment. And can't wait. So if anyone wants to jump on ducksoccercamps.com, they can go ahead and do that. Our camps are up online and get signed up and come hang out with us. We'll have a bunch of our kids working as well, so they're excited about that as well.
There's also more info on GoDucks.com, including a release of when the dates are and then the link to the page that you can find on GoDucks.com. Just click on the soccer section and you'll know where to go. Looking forward to having hopefully a lot more fun, I think, over the course of the summer, and then heading into, you guys are going to kick things off for a new season here before you know it, Coach. So, hey, thanks for always taking the time. Graeme Abel, and here's to more goalie goals, all right?
That'll do for me. It doesn't matter who scores them. If you want to jump on the field and score, go for it. You've probably got 4 years of eligibility, so you're good.
I've got at least 4. That's for sure. Graeme Abel, hey, enjoy a little bit of downtime, though, will you? I'm serious. So you deserve it, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Joey.
I always love catching up with Graeme Abel. And how about the Liverpool question? We had to ask him after that great goal over the weekend from the goalie to win it. I mean, that was just awesome talking with him about it. Graeme Abel, Oregon soccer head coach, and more info, GoDucks.com, and also DuckSoccerCamps.com if you're interested in coming on out, because it looks like we're going to be able to have some camps here this summer. When we come back, how about men's golf? An update on their regional round, and maybe hear a little bit from a new record setter in Gabe Matthews on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
As my family continued to grow, I realized I'd have to replace my beloved Jeep with something that has, well, more seats. I'm Jason Hines, Country Financial Rep and father of 7. Whether you're upgrading from your sporty ride with no room for a car seat or finally replacing your well-loved beater that still has a cassette player, you'll want the right protection for your new car. Work with a Country Financial Rep like me and get the protection you need at a price you can afford. Learn more at TakeSimpleSteps.com or contact a local Country representative.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Hundo P. Hundo P. Adjective. Short for being 100% sure or certain. As in, if we get a puppy, I'll Hundo P always walk it.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yep, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack here with you in the Country Financial Studio. Oregon men's golf continuing their regional round. They are within striking distance as they're on the course today. We'll have a full recap for you tomorrow. Good luck to Casey Martin's squad, and I hope that they're able to bring it on home. Your Cafe Yum 2-minute drill is always brought to you by our friends, of course, at Cafe Yum. Menus and nutrition info at Cafe Yum. How about a 2-minute drill talking all about your new RBI king in the history of Oregon baseball? We got a chance to catch up with Gabe Matthews and had kind of a fun exchange with the new RBI leader all-time at Oregon, Gabe Matthews.
Gabe, like Todd said, congrats. Just how did it feel with that swing? And did you know that you had the record when you were cruising into second base?
You know whose record it was before, so yeah, I knew. It was Steers, so I had to beat him out of all people. We've been talking about it for a while, and he wanted me to beat it, but I'm just kind of... Eventually it happened, you know.
Have you called him yet?
No, not yet. I'll let him know tonight, the first thing.
Walk me through the at-bat, Gabe. Do you know what what you ended up hitting, and remember the pitch specifically?
I mean, he's a fastball slider guy, left-hander, and he threw me a couple earlier sliders and then pretty much mixed fastball slider the whole at-bat, and then 3-2, he just kind of threw me a hanger slider, and I was able to put a good swing on it, hit a line.
And you heard that highlight earlier of Gabe Matthews becoming the all-time leader in RBIs in an Oregon uniform. And he passed Spencer Steer, which is awesome. And I love that. I asked him that, and then Todd going, "You call him yet?" I bet they've talked by now. But congratulations, Gabe Matthews. He and the Ducks are on an absolute tear right now and heading into a 6 o'clock matchup at PK Park with Stanford this upcoming weekend. Elsewhere on your Cafe Yum 2-minute drill, talking a little bit about men's golf. They were within striking distance of the top 5 getting on the course today and hoping for a good finish. Oregon baseball with the 10-3 win, moving up to number 13 in the RPI after victory over number 17 in the RPI, Gonzaga. Congrats to Sabrina Ionescu on her first triple-double in the history of the WNBA, or for at least the earliest that we've ever seen somebody do it in the WNBA. And great to see her playing again, just overall. Panay Sewell signing his 4-year, $24 million contract with the Lions. And again, congratulations to our University of Oregon Hall of Fame class this year. Matthew Centrowitz, Melissa Gergel, Scott Mcgee, Arian Boyer, Jody Runge, Sonia Newcomb. 2021 University of Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. Absolutely awesome, and congratulations again. My thanks to Graeme Abel for taking the time today as well. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to talk with Rob Mosley. Also, Jordan Brenner, the voice of Oregon softball, will join us. See you tomorrow.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is